Gamers, this is going to be a fairly not very game oriented talk, but this is just something that happened to me recently and I wanted to make a video about it because I was, pretty good with my streaming. I was streaming every morning, feeling it good, and then the worst possible thing could have happened, and yeah, that was awesome. So what happened? Well, the title would suggest that I got in a car accident, and better yet, it wasn't even my fault to begin with, which is even more poggers because it's insane that I even have to talk about this, but this goes with a little bit of backstory that I want to set up for you, and then I'll go into how it affected me and all that, and hopefully this won't be too long. I don't want to bother you with a long story or anything, but so my grandmother was in the hospital because she was sick. All right, so we went to the hospital. She was in urgent care. We couldn't even we went there to see her, but apparently only one person was allowed to see her at a time, and it was me and my mother. We both went there, and my uncle was already in there, so we couldn't even see her. So we just sat there for a little bit. My mom went and did something else with a doctor she had to go to in the same hospital, and then I got in my car and I left. My mom got in her truck, she left. Okay, now I'm heading down a road, and I'm not going to do any specifics because I'm a VTuber. I'm not trying to give you my exact coordinates and what I'm driving. So I will show a couple of pictures near the end of the stream of what the accident did to my car. But right now we're just in story mode. So I did a cool little thing here. Ignore that. I drew up a little diagram. So my car is going to be a little gray car. So this is a turning lane, this is the oncoming traffic going this way. Let me do pencil. Going this way. Why is it so thin? How do I make it thicker? Whatever. We're going this way. Ooh, size. There. Going that way. Traffic goes that way. Goes that way. Goes that way. And this traffic obviously goes this way. And this is a building. That's another building. That's a car. C-A-R, but that will become important later. These are all cars. Now just imagine all these little squares of cars, and this is a building. So this is a red light and green light. So past that, and GPS told me to turn here. So because the interstate was running along this way, and I wanted to get on the interstate, so I pulled up here. I'm stopped right here, and there's oncoming traffic coming this way, and I'm trying to turn like that, right? So I have to wait for all the traffic coming this way to stop. Now this building, this is the parking lot of the building, and this is way past it. So this is like a curb where there's a walkway this way, so that pedestrians can walk across the sidewalk and then go across the street and all that. And that's over here. They even had like a sign for the building over here area, but that's unimportant right now. So I'm just sitting here, stopped, my blinker's on, waiting to turn. All right. And then lo and behold, suddenly I'm sent catapulting all the way over here into this driveway, my head bobbing back and forth so fast, everything was a complete blur. I couldn't even see what was happening. I gained my vision back from my head getting whiplashed back and forth about here when I hit the entrance to the parking lot. And then I realized that I'm going this way, and I'm about to hit this car right here, and I slam on my brakes and I stop about here. All right. So we went from over here across 2 lanes of traffic, luckily not getting hit by a car, and then stopping right here. All right. Now I'm freaking out. I'm shaking. I'm trembling. I look in the mirror first because I wanted to know if I lost any teeth. I was feeling my teeth. I was scared. I didn't know what happened. I was scaredest I have ever been, I think. And so I look in the mirror. I realize my nose is bleeding. I pick up my phone, call my mom, and I'm still in the car right now because I don't want to get out the car. I'm not sure if I have adrenaline pumping and something's broken. I don't want to move and have it break worse. Like maybe something's wrong with my back and moving it would mess it up. So I'm here. All right. There was a pedestrian that had left this car and walked right over here about 5 seconds prior. So if I would have been hit, and what happened was somebody came up and rear-ended me when I was just stopped here with a blinker on waiting to turn. And if I would have gotten hit any sooner, I could have killed this person because it would have sent me catapulting into them. And luckily they had already passed pretty far. So I wasn't even close to them by the time I got hit here. So that could have happened. I could have been hit by the oncoming traffic coming this way that I was waiting to stop for me to turn. I guess right when I got hit was when they stopped coming. But like I said, it was such a blur the moment I got hit that I'm not even sure if where the cars were whenever it happened. So the person who hit me in this vehicle right here, they went and they parked here. All right. And I just see two people standing out here looking across the street. And so I'm over here freaking out. I have like, this person came check on me. Another person came check on me. Another person came checked on me. I think maybe one more person was over here walking around. They called the ambulance. I called my mom. A nice lady took the phone because I couldn't even catch my bearings of where I was. And so took the phone, started walking around trying to direct my mom to come check on me. And luckily she was there because my mom doesn't live nearby. She lives like 2 hours up north, but she was in town today. So that was kind of very convenient for me. Everything happens. Ambulance comes, picks me up, and we go to the ER. And luckily I was suffering from whiplash, a little bit, well, not a little bit. I was suffering from whiplash. I had a fractured nose, and I had suffered from headaches that progressively got worse over time, but I'm not trying to get into all that. But luckily, very luckily, the only thing that was damaged was my vehicle, and nobody was seriously injured. The people across the street who hit me never checked on me. They just kind of looked at me from across the street. They kind of just existed like, huh, we did that, huh? And yeah, so that's what happened. That's why I haven't been streaming. I'll pop up some pictures up, and I'll do that in post because I don't feel like, I'll do it right now and I'll just cut this section. So this is what happened to my car. I'm obviously going to, even though you can barely see the license plate, I'm going to be blurring that. But yeah, I got hit so hard. Luckily the safety thing right there got me, but the guy said it's not totaled, but I guess we'll see. He hasn't really fixed it yet. But yeah, it got hit pretty hard. It got encaved, and I went from a complete stop to going, I don't know how fast that car hit me. Like I said, I didn't see them behind me when they hit me, but it felt like I went from 0 to 40 miles per hour in a split second. It was incredible. It is an experience I wish upon very little people, but I can, yeah, this whole experience was incredible to me. Like, I can't believe, sometimes I like to think about it. Well, I don't like to think about it, but sometimes I think about the events that happen and unfold and live through that event all over again, just because it's incredible. I mean, I went from absolutely nothing, sitting still, waiting for my turn, to everything possibly going wrong in less than a millisecond. Just being thrown everywhere, my neck's getting whipped back and forth, my face hitting the steering wheel. It was incredible. And I'm so happy to be alive. I'm so happy no one else was hurt. And that's it. So tomorrow I'm hopefully going to be streaming again. It's been almost a week. But yeah, thank you guys for coming and watching and checking in on me. All right. Thank you, Johnny.